Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and we have another stock market video today. Now, wow, after Trump's announcement last night that he was banning travel from the European Union to the United States for 30 days, a little bit more nuanced than that, but that's basically the gist of what this travel ban is because of obviously that terrible virus that we don't say the name of because it triggers demonetization in the YouTube algorithm. But anyway, yeah, after that announcement last night, this morning the stock market was down. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down about 2,000 points to around 21,000 or so, which is pretty insane because over the last few weeks, all the gains that have come since 2016 have almost been wiped out. Okay, the stock market was around 18,000, I believe, in 2016. It broke through 20,000 for the first time at the end of that year, and then you know, it's been sky high ever since. It peaked to 29,000 or so quite recently, and has just been decimated over the last few weeks. But guys, I am buying stocks now, today, okay? I already bought some. Well, I've been progressively buying stocks over the last 2 weeks. I bought on Monday when we had that 2,000 point drop, when the oil price dropped, and there was that huge scare about that. And I've been buying today. And I want to take you guys through the reasons why. This is a bit of a pep talk to kind of inspire you. So I adhere to the Warren Buffett school of investing. I'm a long-term value investor, okay? I'm not really a speculator in most cases, not really a trader either in most cases. And I want to give you a few Warren Buffett quotes that I think really describe this situation perfectly. So the first one is the classic, "We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." Well, who's fearful right now? Like, everyone, or at least the media would make you believe that everyone is fearful. Obviously, you know, that when people see the market dropping, people see a lot of red, they see their 401k or pension down 30% or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? But, you know, really, everything is based on fear, okay? And this whole drop in the market is based on fear. Maybe the oil price drop, you know, there was something to that, but then you've got the, you know, the Rona situation combined with that. I mean, it's dropped so much. And my appraisal of it is that right now, it's really based on fear more than anything else. There's been so much good news in the market since 2016, the signing of the USMCA, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, lowering the corporate tax rate all the way down to 15%, personal tax rate cuts. There's been so much good news over the last few years, deregulation as well, that to wipe out all of the gains or almost all of the gains of the last few years is really, I think, a little bit over the top and solely based on fear. And so now, really, with this huge drop in the market, it's time to buy. It's time to be greedy. Second quote is, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." So the value of a stock shouldn't really be determined by its price at any one time because price fluctuations are based on fear and speculation for a large part. But actually a stock's value is really measured by that company's balance sheet, you know, how much debt they have, how much profit they're making, the stock's PE or price to earnings ratio, i.e. how many years it would take to make back the cost of the stock with their earnings, et cetera, okay, how well the company is doing. That is value, all right? And when price is low, that doesn't necessarily alter the value of the stock. It's just that stock went on sale. So if you're a value investor and you're going to hold for a long time, that price is going to go back up as long as that stock's value is good, i.e. all the other statistics, PE ratio, balance sheet, everything else are good, okay? It will go up. And that brings us nicely to our next quote. "Our favorite holding period is forever." And Warren Buffett, you know, he is a super long-term investor, and he often say, you know, people fail because they don't like to get rich slow, all right? They want to get rich quick. But the way to get incredibly rich is to hold those stocks super long term. Like those people who bought Amazon for a few dollars back in the day, now it's valued at almost $2,000. I mean, you know, you can 10, 20x your money long term if you just have the patience. And that takes me to our last quote of Warren Buffett. "Someone is sitting in a shady tree today because he planted a tree a long time ago." You do actually have to take the plunge and plant that tree, guys, even if it's going to take quite a long time for it to grow into a huge oak tree. You often see the kind of metaphor of the acorn and the mighty oak in stock market investing guides and stuff. And it really is true. You know, you've got to just take the plunge and plant that tree and wait. All right. So guys, what have I been doing? Well, I looked at my cash reserves over the last week because, I've just been seeing these opportunities to buy. I had about $35,000 sitting around in cash. You may hear that and you may be like, wow, Credit Shift's got so much money. But actually, a lot of that I had to pay in taxes. I just did my taxes and I discovered between federal and state taxes, I owe $16,000. I'm self-employed, I own my own company, so I have to actually pay the taxes myself rather than them just getting taken out. I don't get no refunds, all right? But anyway, so after you take out 16,000, you got about round it to 20,000 left. Then, to be a good investor, to have stability and stuff, you do need to keep several months of your base expenses in a savings account, in cash, liquid assets, just in case, okay, especially if you're self-employed. So that takes out about, 10 or 15,000 or so. So really, out of that cash, it's about 5,000 left. But anyway, so I transferred a few thousand over to my stock market. This is in addition to what I just regularly transfer from the money I make each month, which is also I try to put at least $1,000 each month into stocks, okay? But anyway, so yeah, I transferred a few thousand over to Charles Schwab, which is the brokerage I use, also a little bit to Webull as well, which is the other, trading app on the phone that I use. And basically, I've been buying up stocks. What have I been buying? I'll give you a few names, but this is not really something for you to copy. This is just sharing some information. So I lowered my cost basis in several stocks. Uber, they've been hit particularly hard by the situation in the world. Uber operates in big cities. People in cities have been really wary about traveling in public places and stuff like that. So their profits and their demand has definitely been hit. I think they will recover probably in the summer this year as all this most likely will die down. Other stocks, LMT, Lockheed Martin, I've lowered my cost basis in. I've also lowered my cost basis in a stock called QSEP, QS Energy, which this is my spec stock. I only have less than $1,000 in this stock. But it's a company, basically they develop this oil pipeline equipment which makes oil more liquid, so it's easier to transport it through pipelines. Their stuff isn't even operational yet. It's not even being sold in the market. They're in the testing phase. So this is a super speculative stock. They're trading, it's a penny stock. They're trading at 4 cents right now per share. They've been up to 25, even 27, I think at one point. So this is really the kind of stock that you can 10x your money in. But again, it's speculative. So don't go and put $50,000 in this stock, all right? The money I have in stocks like this measured in the hundreds rather than in the thousands, all right? Because you really never know. And even if you make a loss in this stock, that is, can be kind of cancelled out by gains that you make elsewhere. But if you make a profit in this stock, you stand to make a huge amount. Then a few stocks that I bought into, Facebook I bought back into. They're down to 158. Facebook, it remains one of the most profitable companies, huge amount of cash on their balance sheet. And online advertising, Facebook advertising, it's just so targeted, so much better than other traditional forms of advertising. So I really do think that Facebook, it's an incredible bargain right now at that price. I bought back into SCHG, which is an ETF, Charles Schwab Growth ETF. I do kind of have a rule for myself that I want about 50% of my investments into ETFs rather than individual stocks. Right now, I'm actually heavy on individual stocks, so I want to bring that back up to about 50%. Anyway, guys, those are just some ideas. It's not financial advice. Do not copy them. Come up with your own ideas, etc. I want to leave you with a quote from Trump, who says, stocks, financial markets are going to be, quote, just fine. He said that with a meeting with the Irish Prime Minister, I think it was earlier today. Now, obviously, so many media now are, quoting Trump and then saying, amidst a massive market drop, Trump says stocks will be just fine. What an idiot, Now, I don't want to get partisan on this show, but I think in this one case, let's just point out that he is a businessman. He's undoubtedly been in the stock market for many, many years, just like Warren Buffett has. And Warren Buffett supported Hillary Clinton in 2016, by the way. So I just want to balance it out between the two people that we have quoted on this episode. Business people know that this is going to be fine in the long term. So if you're a long-term investor like I am, I would say this is the sale of the century. Go get them, guys. If you are interested in buying stocks at the moment, I can recommend Webull. They are a great financial brokerage app, far better than Robinhood. They're also zero commission trades, like pretty much everyone is today. But where they really excel is that their charts are super intricate, and their app is super easy to use and intuitive. It's a really great system, and I have a deal right now. You can get 2 free stocks, one for signing up for the account And second, if you deposit $100, obviously that money, you're not giving it to them. It's still your money. You can invest it in the stock market, do whatever you want with it, but you get a second free stock for depositing $100. And those stocks can be valued up to $1,000, okay, or $1,000 or so in value. It's the luck of the draw what you get. So if you are interested in that, I'll put the link for it down below. I wish you good luck in getting those free stocks. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.